The Android App Show, episode 46. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this, Lane. Welcome to the Android App Show.
The future of the telephone business is bright and rich with promise for the millions of telephone users like yourselves, whose quick acceptance and ready use of each improvement in telephone service has helped make possible an endless chain of accomplishments. What will it be this time?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Android App Show, episode 46.
That's right, another week of Android app reviews.
And we are not weak here. We are strong and ready to go.
Yeah, I thought you were getting ready for a spit take there on the intro.
I should have. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
But I am Dave.
And I'm Lane.
Yes. We love our little video mixer here.
That's right.
So fun.
Every week. We just find something else. It's like, oh, you know what we should do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and again, it's getting better. It's getting more awesome.
Yes, it is.
One step at a time.
One little step at a time. I don't know how to get rid of those little things.
What's that?
The
The names?
Yeah. I can't get rid of them until we go to our first app of the week.
Well, let's get right into it, I think,
Let's
then.
do it.
This first app is called Forest Runner, and it's kind of like a platform forest running game. So
Wait, do that again.
A platform forest running game?
No, the running you did.
Oh, That's right. Yeah, I don't do much running, so that's my best impression I got. All right, let's pull up the Gadget Cam. Forest Runner. This is a free app available on the Android market, of course.
Yes.
And it's a game that you can play with just one finger. So I'll pull up stage 2 here. Plenty of stages for you to unlock. The whole point is for you to just tap on the screen, jump over all the bad stuff that you're not supposed to run into.
Like dinosaurs. Oh my gosh.
And don't get burned up.
This guy's he's a little
Yeah, he's got like the
pith helmet, and
yeah.
he's like a little Indiana Jones.
So you got to collect this stuff. The cherries are worth more than the bananas, but it's hard to get. Yeah, see, the timing on this is really...
Oh.
I like to blame it on the timing, but it's just my poor gamesmanship. It's bad. Oh, it's an addicting game, though.
Wow.
I
So
mean,
what is the goal of this? Just to collect
Yep, you
coins?
you run through the level, you collect coins for high score, you jump over the stuff that you're not supposed to hit.
No crystal skulls?
No crystal skulls. Unfortunately, you can't change time and space or whatever. Is that how that movie goes?
I'm not sure.
Dang it.
Ooh.
And that's how I do.
It's you're getting worse and worse at this.
Yeah.
So
There
okay.
it is. And it's free, it's ad supported. So they put stuff down there on the the intermediate screens or whatever.
Yeah, what is the more button?
More is just more apps or whatever that this guy's got going on.
How fancy. You can call him? Oh wait, no, that's something else on the bottom.
Yeah, it's an ad. It's one of these
Weird.
phone ads where you can call.
By Google.
Yeah, good stuff. So it's a pretty fun game. You're basically just running around dodging stuff, jumping over holes and dinosaurs as you saw in there. So
Forest Runner is the name.
yeah, but it's free. So
That's
definitely
cool.
check it out.
I like it a lot. It reminds me of oh my gosh, you have every gadget in the world.
You can hear it. As soon as I get a text message.
Surround sound gadget notification.
Yes. That's
Oh
been my goal. Surround myself with gadgets and you'll never be alone. The
That
heat from the processors will keep you warm.
that app reminds me of something at the place I work, the university. They had a guy come in, and he was a honest, he went and found old scripts and stuff like that, a freaking
Yeah,
real
okay.
life Indiana Jones.
Wow.
It was
Like
awesome.
you're an anthropologist or paleontologist or whatever.
Anthropologist, like whatever.
Symbologist.
Yeah, he'd go searching for the next Dead Sea Scroll or something. I don't know.
We're getting all kinds of Running Man action in this.
It's the new year. We should
Yeah.
strive for.
Maybe we should make
health
that
and
the title for
fitness.
this episode. Episode 46, Running Man. So, who knows? Let me give this a little bit of an adjust here.
Yeah, we're gonna do a slight camera adjustment before our next application here.
I don't
Lane.
know if I did it enough.
We'll figure it out.
Oh, and I went off.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, first, tell us about this application. I'll get you all set up here.
All right. Well, sorry. This next application is called Rope Cut, and there's a little bit of a controversy on the Android market because there's another one called Cut Rope, which is apparently just a blatant theft of this app. At least a theft of the idea. I don't know.
It's not cut the rope, is
no.
it?
No, it's not Cut the Rope, which might be an iPhone app. And in fact, we got to go this way with this one.
Okay.
So there it is. But I like this game. So I went with the original Rope Cut. It's a free app. So let's see. I'll bring this up here. There it is. I'm looking right at it and I couldn't even see it. Feeling touch.
Nice.
What was that?
Nothing.
Oh, nice.
Don't mind me.
So I'll hit play here. And I've gone through the first 3. They have 5 different sets of levels. It kind of reminds me of Angry Birds. So, yeah, it's not gonna work like what we think it's gonna work, Dave.
Okay.
But on all of these, I've gotten 3 stars.
Oh, good job.
So good stuff. Well, on all the levels, actually. I like to brag that up. You know, if you're gonna spend that much time playing a game, you might as well show everybody how awesome you are at it.
Mhm.
Even if it took me several times to get those.
Yeah, I was over here busy doing show notes as you were winning.
This gets actually pretty complex. The first levels you cut the rope and you have to kind of time it to swing this candy into the snake's mouth. But as the levels get higher up, it gets harder and harder. Like you got this thing spinning around, so you got to time it right. And then this is a whoopee cushion taped to the wall.
So this is the same as the iPhone version that's called Cut the Rope.
Is it now?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't played that one yet. I have to get a hold of it. Let's
It's
see.
actually made by the same people who do
Oh,
Angry Birds.
dang it. Rovio?
Do you believe so? Wow,
My
you're-
timing sucks.
Yeah, you're not.
I haven't played this level yet, so. Come on.
You're kind of drifting there.
Going off screen.
Mm-hmm.
Going off the queue. Here we go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Pop it. Come on. See, I'm chasing it down, trying to pop the stinking thing, and it's just not working. There it is. Involuntary pop. You know, if I was smart, which I'm not, I would have reviewed one of the levels that I beat a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is just not, it's not doing it for me.
Oh. Yeah, so
So download Rope Cut so you can get in on some of this frustration.
so this is made by Chilingo. The company's called Chilingo, which is funny because there's a new restaurant in Jackson called Chilingo's.
No way.
It's amazing.
Do they serve Chilingo chungas?
I think so. It's a Mexican place. So.
Awesome. This is like totally the wrong one to do. What the heck am I doing, Dave? I hate that level.
So this is ad supported too.
Yeah, totally free, ad supported.
Okay.
So let's see. This one here, you've got to cut this. So get it floating, but blow it over there, blow it back that way.
It's 99 cents for the iPhone.
Get the snake to get it. So let's see. I'll go back here. Let's go to box 1, level 1.
What do you like about this app? It's just fun.
it's very simple. This is the first level right here.
Yeah.
It explains it right on the background how to play the
Oh, that's
level.
cool.
So it kind of immerses you in it right away.
It's a walkthrough level.
Yeah. But it's subtly complex so that you can beat it just by getting it right to the snake, but you got to get every one of the stars. So it's like when you play Angry Birds and you can technically beat it, but did you get all the stars? You know? So, and it's tough to figure out. You know, you cut one rope and then you're like, okay, well, what's the next rope that I have to cut in order to get over here to this other star? And it's not both of them, but if you screw up and cut both of them, at least I landed on the snake. So
Nice.
let's see, I'll cut this one, swing over, come back.
Oh, they do. They also
totally
there
screwed
is
that
also
one
a
up.
free version in the for iPhone
Oh, yeah.
and a holiday version,
I'm screwing up all these.
and about 10 applications that are just cheat code or cheat and walkthrough
Yeah.
guides.
But it's a great challenging puzzle. Depending on how quick you are on these puzzles, you could spend a couple hours on it, or really about a half an hour. You know, I don't know. Depends on how fast you want to go through all of them and how quick you pick it up.
Uh-huh.
But it's really great. I like the game. I'm going to be spending some more time with it. And obviously, there's some levels that I like to go back on to see if, because I technically beat it. I got all the stars, but it was like, how did I just do that? No, let's move on to the next one.
Exactly.
So
Very similar to Angry Birds in the level of engagement.
yeah, but
just
not the
is
sheer
addictive.
amount of levels. The bad
Right.
thing about Angry Birds, I think, especially for a new player, is you download it and then you start getting into it and you're like, how many more levels are on this before I beat the thing?
Yeah, exactly.
So but the advantage to them coming out with those where it just felt like you were getting new levels all the time and you could beat it, you know, quite a few times.
So, are they releasing new levels for this? Is that kind of how it goes?
And it's got the 5 sets of, 9, I think,
Okay.
that were on each one. It was 9 or 12.
Yeah, one thing that I've seen that's interesting in some of these apps, and it would be great if they did it with this one, is they periodically release new levels,
Yeah.
like updates. Or like you said, you thought there was one level that you hadn't unlocked yet.
Yeah, well, you have to beat them sequentially, so you got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
And I thought that I beat 4, and I'm like, 5 isn't unlocked. These jerks, you know what I mean? They just put it on there, just like, hey, we'll come out with more levels later. But no, it turns out I didn't even beat level 4 yet. So
Anything about
Joke's
this
on
app?
me.
Anything about this app that you don't like?
Really? No.
No?
There's not a thing. It would be kind of cool if if you could use the phone to tilt to give yourself some more momentum. Like, it doesn't have to give you a lot, but sometimes it would just be nice to have that extra little boost. But I mean, that it just wouldn't be as challenging then. So what are you going to do?
And then you said something earlier about multi-touch.
Yes. Oh, thanks for reminding me of that. My gosh, there's a couple of them where you got to cut 2 different chains that are holding onto the piece of candy at the same time, and you have to do one and then you have to do the other. It would be so nice if you could use both fingers to cut them both at the same time. And I don't know if that's part of what makes the game hard, is doing both those cuts like that. But I don't know. It feels like I'm on a multi-touch device. This is a touchscreen game. Why can't I use both fingers to cut at the same time? Doesn't make any sense to me.
It really doesn't.
I know you like this music.
It is. It's very.
Yeah,
It's just nice.
it's kind of. I want some more games with some SimCity-like music, though.
Yeah.
It just doesn't do it for me. I haven't heard some good, like, smooth, obscure jazz in a while. So Rope Cut, it's free.
Rope cut. Very nice.
Download.
Good
it.
review. All right.
Awesome graphics.
So, what do you think? Some news?
Yeah, let's talk about some news.
That's a good idea.
You know, I started in this week, and I'm like, it's been kind of a weird week, kind of post CES.
Yeah,
big
it's
hardware
very weird.
announcements. What really is there to talk much about?
Other than and it's also been like a silly iPhone 4 Verizon news vacuum.
Yeah, weird, right?
Ugh.
Nobody wants to be in this. Well, and the only thing that everybody's writing about, all these commentaries and the talking heads and stuff, are all the, what does this mean for you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because nobody gets, I guess, that, I don't know.
It will be interesting though to see how that affects Android.
Yeah. Well, there's been some speculation about the negative effects or whatever, but I really am in the camp that Android has enough momentum now
Oh, yeah.
that they are truly going to be the Windows of the mobile world.
They gave them just enough time
Yeah, really.
to...
And it's funny, too, because in a lot of other countries like France and in Britain and stuff, iPhone's already been on multiple carriers.
Right.
You know, and so in the United States it's a totally new concept, but it's been going on for a while. In those countries, even where the iPhone's on multiple carriers, Android still dominates.
Mhm.
So at least the iPhone.
I think if it might have been a year ago, if this had happened a year ago, we might see a little more slowdown for Android.
Yeah.
But we're just going to see a little bit.
Well, I think if Verizon had ended up embracing the iPhone about a year ago, like you say, and that's when the Droid came out, if they hadn't launched the Droid, if they hadn't really gotten into Android at all, I do think that would have made a big difference.
Yeah.
But Verizon's embrace of the Droid lineup kind of created this thing. I don't know if you listen to this NPR podcast called Planet Money, or if you've heard of it before.
I've heard of it.
But I heard I was listening to it a couple months ago, and they talked about if you have stores that sell exactly the same thing next to each other, that it can benefit both stores. You think that maybe the competition would be not so good, but it creates an area where people are attracted to it,
I see.
no matter what store they go to. Think of like in Frankenmuth, Zenders, and you know, the two different chicken places or whatever.
So it more builds just the overall awareness of the platform. And
exactly. And people knew about Droid, and even if they call it Droid instead of Android, which is a huge pet peeve of mine, when you're talking to T-Mobile people and Sprint people, they say, yeah, we got the same thing. Boom, here you go.
Yeah.
So it worked out great. I think that if Verizon hadn't embraced it, that magic might not have happened like that.
Yeah, or at least not as quickly.
No, yeah.
Because, I mean, let's face it, Apple is stubborn.
Yeah, with the mentality they have, the business model, the hardware model, it's not destined to be the rule them all type of phone.
Yeah,
it's not going to go across all the carriers.
It's very much the same ideas we've seen in the mobile or the personal computer.
Definitely.
It's so funny that it's worked out exactly the same.
Well, I do think that we called that, though, back in the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
We talked about that they're going to specialize, and, you know, it's going to be easy. It's going to be Apple hardware, and people know it, but Android's going to be so widespread and cheap that...
And it's really not a bad market to be in.
No.
To be honest, I mean, if you
it's
could...
done well for them so far.
If you could get a lot of money selling less things and having less of a hassle...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. One of the smart things that I read that was examining that said 2011 is going to be the year where Apple and iPhone makes money, Android, you know, makes share, which like increases their share, and Windows Phone 7, RIM, and Palm do nothing. So, sorry guys.
Yeah.
But I think
don't
that's
looking
probably
for any jobs there.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna be. Great. They took down that website.
Yeah.
So I saw that on Friday, the rim.jobs, which is funny because the company I work at, Dart, is dart.jobs for their job search thing. So I was totally familiar with the top level domain, and it just never hit me, you know. And then when somebody said that, I'm like, you got to be kidding. Oh my God, it's
probably
real.
not appropriate. Not good.
You know, it redirected right to RIM's website. It was a real thing. So
Research in Motion, that is.
Yes, Research in Motion. The Canadians.
Yeah, Blackberries. Blackberry job.
So it's so aside from the iPhone news, we do actually have some really Android news.
Yeah. We had to mention the iPhone stuff.
Yes, right off the top, right? You know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is. But
so the first thing I want to talk about is Google Translate's app has been updated.
Yeah.
And it now includes this thing called conversation mode, where you can talk into the phone, and when you pause, it reads it right out in Spanish to the person, and then it translates Spanish right back to English for you. I mean, we are now living in the future.
Yeah, this is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Babelfish.
Yeah, we are that close. We really are that close.
It's like you get your little Bluetooth headset, Boom.
Yep. So, and for right now, I think it's only enabled for Spanish, like English to
Okay.
Spanish conversation. But of course, like everything else Google Translate does, it's going to be coming to more and more languages.
Mhm.
So that's only going to be awesome. And,
Only going to be awesome and slightly scary.
Yeah. And to all the high school kids and college kids that are taking their summers abroad and their exchange programs, don't use it. Don't use it.
Don't use it. Why not?
Because it'll totally ruin you. You'll never learn the language. The point of going somewhere is to learn
I see
it.
what
And
you
if you
mean.
rely on an app like this, and
Right.
unless you're like, if you're a vacationing,
Exactly.
person or whatever, then
Who
yeah,
doesn't
this
really
is
care.
obviously.
If you're a
something
lazy
different.
American,
Yeah,
that
but
doesn't
I mean,
care
if
about
you're in
learning other
school,
people's
don't
cultures.
use this. It'll only ruin you. And
It's-
besides, you have to speak out loud. You can't use it in class when you're taking the test.
oh, unless you
So-
had a Bluetooth headset.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to explain to your teacher why you were reading out each question.
Yeah.
It just helps me
I
learn.
can't read without reading out loud. It's a disability. What are they going to say?
Yeah.
So speaking of a disability, NFC chips, that near field communication,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be so awesome.
I hate it.
It's nowhere. It's not being
What?
used anywhere. So it's only in the Google Nexus S. I was going to say the Nexus 1.
Nexus S.
Yes. But I say speaking of disabilities because, it's not useful. It might as well be disabled.
Yeah.
Because what the news is this week that there's 2 apps that have launched.
Oh my
using
gosh, like
them,
2 of them?
Yeah, well, one is called Enable Table, and it allows, or it's going to allow people or restaurants to apply a discount to your bill when you pay
Oh.
using the NFC or something.
So it's kind of like the open table one that's reservations, but this is more point of sale, kind of
yeah.
moving
So
on from there.
it's something that it's kind of an interesting use, but the other one that's more interesting, I think, is Taglit, which is a Japanese app. And basically, the best way to describe this is some Japanese app, because in Japan they have NFC everywhere.
Yeah.
And this is like enables NFC for all kinds of things. So, we're talking about like Metro and payments,
Oh,
all
cool.
kinds of stuff.
So it ties into some service that they have there.
Yeah, and there were some shortcomings with the Google's NFC API, and they said that this has gone around it. I don't really know a lot about it.
Are we going to
I'm
see
not a
much adoption
programmer.
of this until like
Definitely not.
a Visa
No.
adopts it?
We don't even have... Think about the fast tap chips that they have. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, do you have a fast tap card?
No.
I mean, I don't have a fast tap card. It's... In the United States, it just hasn't caught on. People are like, what is the big deal between tapping and swiping? Is it that
Yeah.
much of a hassle for you to swipe a card?
And then you got to keep your card in that little sleeve.
Yeah, I mean, and as
So they
every
don't-
geek knows, that means your card is open to whoever,
Yeah.
can just scan it. So you got to keep it in its own mini Faraday cage,
Yep.
otherwise...
That is the company I was going to start a couple years ago.
What?
Faraday Wallets.
Nice.
Didn't do it, but should have.
Yeah, you should have launched it when they had that character start up on Lost. Was something Faraday? Was his name Daniel Faraday? Maybe, I don't know. Name play, whatever.
All right.
I hate Lost. I hate you guys. You screwed it up.
Next Android news.
So Nvidia is going to be launching this thing called the Tegrazone app for Android.
Tegrazone.
And at first I'm like, this sounds kind of like the OpenFaint app where they just featured different games and stuff that you can install. But no, this is actually going to allow you to install the games. It's going to be like an alternative app store. It's going to get around the 50 megabyte limit for Android apps by being its own app store, so that you can download these more media-rich and higher graphic apps or whatever. It's also going to include professional reviews, which I don't know if that means that NVIDIA's people or if they're going to be hiring people or whatever. They haven't asked us to do it, and like I said in our notes here, it's likely going to be biased. Let's be honest. All the apps are going to be great, right? According to their own reviewers. But there's going to be HD video trailers and gameplay action on there too, so you can watch the games before you buy them. My main thing, I think, if they're removing this size limitation, they're putting the emphasis on professional reviews and being able to watch video trailers and the gameplay video. Sorry, I had a little yawn there.
Little.
If they're doing that, then this probably means there are going to be some pretty high-priced apps. You know, we're probably going to start seeing Android games for Tegra 2 chips specifically pushing up into the $15 to $20 range, which really on Android right now is unheard of. But if you start getting something like this that actually differentiates these high quality games from just the flood of crap that's on the market right now, you know, that just keeps coming in every day, then you'll be better off. I think that's the only way we're going to push into those higher prices. And, you know, as a user, I don't like it so much. But for developers, you know, a higher price point for some of these higher end games is going to be required to make it economically feasible to just pull off the development. Which is what I'm at loss for a word, Dave.
It's okay.
So to make it feasible.
To make it feasible.
There it is. Feasible is the word.
Feasible.
The word of the day is feasible.
And also, we have more news here.
Yeah, what
going
do we got
from
next?
That to music.
Oh yeah, this is the one I want you to pull up here.
Nice.
Sync music. The word sync music is in the account setup for Android 3.0. We got some screenshots of it. If you remember late last year, I was complaining about how Google is supposed to launch their Google Music service with Gingerbread in December. Hello, I don't know if anybody remembers that when they first started talking about it at Google I/O. They said, "Oh yeah, look, by the way, we got all this other cool stuff coming out."
Right.
So they've been mum on it though. Haven't heard a thing. But let's see, if we scroll down here, you'll see a couple screenshots of in the account setup page. Right in there below, Google Reader, Gmail, Sync Music.
Oh.
Boom.
Where'd that come from?
So this begs the question, where are you syncing it from?
So this is Android 2.3. Like the one that the developer released?
Gingerbread.
For Gingerbread.
Nice. Well, from what I heard, like it was supposed to be built into 3.0, but like it's not in 2.3, and this plays into some of the theorizing and conspiracy theories or whatever about what ice cream is going to be like, the 2.4 or whatever, which could be just like an intermediate update for Android, like the 2.0 to 2.1 was, and it could bring some of these features. But one of the interesting things, like if you scroll down here, it says stream music settings, and then below that it says set up and manage accounts for streaming music from your music libraries. Well, like where are those libraries stored?
On your Google
Cloud Drive or something?
Whoa. You said it. I didn't say it.
I don't know. I buy storage space from Google right now already.
You do?
Oh yeah.
What do you get?
I'm trying to think.
This, by the way, is from
80
Android
gigs
Community.
for $20 or something like that. I
Nice.
don't know. It's for my Picasa because I sync up all my photos on there. I mean, I back them up to an external hard drive, but
Oh, I see.
I don't know. It's so nice to just be able to have everything sync up to the cloud, especially when we're talking about photos. It's nice to double back those things up.
Mm-hmm.
Those are memories, right?
Things are nice on the cloud.
Oh yeah.
Except for, speaking of cloud service providers, Amazon
Ooh.
is a giant cloud service provider.
Big time.
And we said that they're getting into the app market,
yeah.
but it's not as...
Yeah, we had some more details emerge on this. It doesn't look like it's going to be so hot for developers. It looks like the restrictions that they're going to put on here are developers choose what they would like to sell their apps for, but Amazon gets to choose the final pricing, which means they'll be able to put sales on stuff or make, a featured app, knock down the price or whatever. But what this ends up meaning is that developers will get 70% of the selling price of an app, 70% of the selling price, or 20% of their asking price, whichever one is higher.
Oh,
So, yeah, I guess the point is to list high and
low.
get discounted low.
This comes from Technologizer.
Yeah.
The wonderful blog.
I don't know.
Very cool.
I got to tell you, I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Yeah, because I mean, if it gets sold for the list price, then boom, 70% like normal. But
Yeah.
as soon as they cut it, I don't know. I don't like the idea that it's only 20% of the asking price. So like if you list your app for $5 and Amazon will only sell it for $4, then you still get 70%. You got to get clear down to a cut to $1, and then you get the minimum.
Yeah. So they're saying that it could be like this could be a move from Amazon to kind of try and force the app prices to go down even lower. I think app prices are kind of nice. I mean, like, we've seen a little bit of a spike from the iPad stuff and that kind of stuff, but
I don't know. I think that the app prices are going to go up because if you think about it like this, then if you list your app for higher, then you're getting a higher price, and if Amazon cuts it, then your 20% minimum is going to be a higher price point. So Amazon can put your app up for sale, and you'll still make a lot more money with that 20% minimum.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think. I mean, that's coming from a developer's mindset. But this is still going to be a market that the public sees, and the public has to buy the prices. They're going to go for the low-priced apps. It's going to keep driving it lower.
True. But what I think I think specifically, it's going to allow Amazon to discount apps to target them to specific users, so that like if instead of just making recommendations, they can also incentivize you even further by saying, boom, this app is going to be cheaper for you because we think you should have it.
And Amazon's really kind of done this in other places too. I mean, they did this with their books. This is what they do with books. They list it for a certain price, and then they discount it, and they make up the difference to the developer, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
And a lot of publishers don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not gonna be that great. I don't think.
That's why iBooks was coming in with their own, like, you name your own price, and that's what it is model, and it was supposed to be a big draw for developers.
Yeah,
I'm not sure exactly what for publishers. I'm not sure what Google Books does.
Yeah, I don't really know either.
I'm sure it's probably.
Well, but they weren't the first into the market. See, that's the thing. Like when they've got to come in and compete with somebody else, then they do it and on a pretty even keel. And that's not just Google; that's Apple as well. Because look at iBooks model. That's great. They strong-armed the music industry into 99 cents for so long, but when they got to books and somebody else was already doing it, whatever you want to charge.
Adjustable prices.
Well, that's good.
But now Apple's doing the same thing with TV shows. 99-cent HD rental. Dude, you can't beat that anywhere else.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace.
Amazon's
I really wish.
even like $2.99.
Yeah.
Like, forget about it.
Yeah, well, it's smart. It's smart. Nobody can say that Apple isn't smart.
Smart for us. Maybe not smart for the studios.
No.
See, there we go again.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that the studios are seeing the writing on the wall. The content monetization is not so much in buying stuff that's renting, If you want to keep people legit, then you got to keep that price low, because it's not, because even TV shows aren't even like music. You pay 99 cents and you think it's an okay deal for a song, but you're going to listen to that song several times. How many times are you really going to rewatch a TV show?
Yeah.
So I think that by making it rental and pushing down that 99-cent price, it's really smart. The content providers might not like it. They might not have liked it, but I think in the long run, it's going to be better for them. So it's going to keep people legit.
As we're talking about content providers, there's one follow-up I wanted to do and get your thoughts on.
Sure.
We had mentioned it on a previous show. Google Chrome, or Chromium, removing H.264 video codec from HTML5. What are your week later thoughts on that? Because this is a big deal. This is kind of
I guess nerdy, I just really don't have any thoughts about it in particular. Like, and I'm pretty opinionated about a lot of stuff. But this is something that, as far as Chromium goes, they've really, I just haven't seen any end user effects. You know what I mean? I haven't been to a website and seen it not work. And that's the issue. For the end user, they don't really care. If it works, it works.
Right.
So, I mean, as far as the the
'cause it's
reasoning and the rationale behind it.
It's not implemented yet.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. Well, then that's why everything still works.
Yes.
But as far as the reasoning and rationale behind it, then is it a good idea? Isn't it a good idea? H.264 might be a good codec, but it is patent encumbered. And if you have something like an open source project that depends on it, then it's not a good idea to have it included in there, because then the project in 2014 or whatever, when the patenting pact ends, then the open source project has to start paying for it. And if you allow the internet to continue to grow and to continue and develop around something that is what is essentially a ticking time bomb, because then all this money is going to have to start flowing out to pay for it, then it's going to hurt the internet in the long run. If you try and cut it off as early as possible, which isn't even really that early at this point in the game, it's only going to do better for us down the road. But replacing that with Flash video,
which is what they do,
is not good.
Which is their proposal.
It's not good at all.
So
they need to believe more in this WebM codec. There needs to be a truly open web video codec.
Well, I mean, there is. I mean, there's the OGG, Theora, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But see, none of this is...
They're not very efficient.
Exactly. And I would be okay. I mean, I like the fact that they're trying to move to WebM, which is more of an open standard.
Yeah.
It hasn't been tested in courts. A lot of people say that it's kind of this open minefield. You don't know what's out there.
Yeah, well, people were already, as soon as they announced WebM, saying, "Oh, we've got this, we've got that." We'll take it to court when it goes.
Yeah, and I mean,
Jerks.
the whole reason that they went with this is because they wanted the video standard to be open. Which I don't know. They kind of said they wanted they didn't do this very well because they were like.
They needed to have WebM ready when they made this announcement.
Not only that, but they needed to get their reason clear. It isn't because, I mean, everybody says it's because they don't want to include proprietary stuff in their open source project. But that is false. That's
it's
not
the
true.
money. I think it's the money. It's not so much proprietary, it's the money.
It's partly the money, but it's weird though, because they include Flash.
Yeah.
They include support for MP3 and support for AAC. Those are 3 proprietary formats that are all included in Chromium.
Yeah. Making a lot of noise shifting over here. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. You're getting a little antsy.
Yeah, antsy in my pants.
I'm laying out the facts. It is uncomfortable, but Chromium.
You're making this Google fanboy uncomfortable over here with all this Google criticism.
I know. Just do it. Bite the bullet. People want it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that if they would have announced that WebM was available when they announced this, then people wouldn't have questioned it so much. I mean, like built in, we're going to switch from H.264 to WebM. We don't know what's happening. We'll probably stick with Flash. Flash will still be in there. And we do have this WebM stuff that we're doing too.
They announced WebM.
Yeah, they announced it before. It wasn't with this whole thing, though.
Oh, it wasn't with this. Yeah, but see, the real problem is the hardware support. The reason H.264 is so awesome is because it lasts, it's built into the graphics processors, so you can stream 10 hours of video.
Well, and they're starting to do a lot of Flash hardware acceleration, too, now. Starting.
There's only, one device that supports WebM acceleration. That's the Tegra 2 whatever thing.
Totally.
So.
Well, that's going to be awesome for Android tablets.
Yeah.
The new Android phones.
Conspiracy.
I wonder if Tegra 2 has some... I think they have some Flash stuff built in as well. So, oh well. And we've talked about this before with Apple, and I'll say it for Google too. They're pretty smart people. I mean, they might, not look like they have all their stuff going on right, but there's some plan behind it.
Yeah. The only thing I'm hoping is that Google, don't be evil.
Don't.
We're watching you. We're here to hold you accountable.
Say, hey, don't be evil.
Hey. Yeah. So, our show's not evil.
No,
it's not. But you can find it on the internet. We are on the world of the web. Right there. Android App Show. Just go to theandroidappshow.com. Get your fill of
Yeah,
Android.
we got all of our
app.
video app reviews on there, all our full episodes, our Twitter links, our YouTube links. But just
Like
in
this?
case you don't know them, boom.
YouTube.com/
The Android App Show. Don't go to Android App Show because that's
No.
somebody who squatted
Squatters.
our stuff and then
Twitter.
just didn't do it.
Twitter's Android app show, though.
Yeah, we like to keep it mixed up because we're like, you know what?
Keep them guessing.
People's lives aren't complicated enough.
No, they're not.
Uh,
But it is theandroidappshow.com for all of everything else you want to do. You can subscribe to our show using either iTunes or Google Listen, or
That's
even on your Google TV. We're going to be
or
doing
MediaFly. We just reviewed that app.
MediaFly.
That's great.
We're going to be doing a big push to update our website here in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So watch it. If you haven't been to it, it's a good opportunity to go.
Yeah, we're going to have a pizza caffeine hackathon.
Yep, hackathon. It's going to be fun.
That'll be fun.
It'll be super
Yeah.
fun. Superfly, super fun. All right. It's time to get out of here. Thank you for watching. We will be back later. Yay! It didn't crash this time.